guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about Maleesa Mooney, and she was the model who was found dead in her LA apartment in September. And right around the time she was found dead, another model was found dead, and her name was Nicole Coates. And I did a video on it because I felt like it was like a serial killer kind of thing going on, because that was so close. They were similar ages, and I think they were both models, but I'm not sure about them both being models. So they finally have an arrest, and it's a guy from Minnesota. And they said that he lived with Maleesa. His name was Magnus Humphrey, and he's 41 years old. Now, they have evidence to link him to her brutal death, but they are not disclosing what that is. So, if you remember, her body was found in her refrigerator. It was a bloody crime scene. Her arms and legs had been bound. She had blunt force trauma injuries to her head, neck, torso, arms, wrists, and ankles. She also had like a lot of clothing like just hanging on her, which I thought was strange. She had like some tank tops draped around her ankle, like a sweatshirt around her neck, and just some odd, I just thought it was odd. And like, what is he doing trying to put her in the refrigerator anyway? Did he think he could like hide her in there? When in reality, the reason the police checked the refrigerator is because all the food that was supposed to be in the refrigerator was laying on the counter when they did their welfare check. So it's possible they wouldn't have even looked in the refrigerator if he hadn't left all the food out like that. So she was found dead September 12th after her family requested a welfare check. So they finally arrested Magnus Humphrey. And if you look at him, you would think, why in the world would Maleesa have anything to do with him? Because she was so beautiful. And this guy looks kind of like, what does he have to offer? Apparently he has a criminal history. He's not attractive. He kind of looks like somebody that would want to date Maleesa, but would never have the chance. So I'm not real sure why, but the family does not know who he is. Now, they did say, the family said they thought she was pregnant. She had told them she was pregnant, but the autopsy revealed that she wasn't. So, this is the only thing I can think of with the information I have is this Magnus guy rich? And maybe he was paying for the apartment, and then they maybe he wasn't going to live there anymore, but she wanted him to, so she said she was pregnant. He didn't want a kid, and so he killed her and tried to just get out of town. That's the only thing I can think of, because they did say he lived there, so it's not like a complete stranger. Because my first thought was maybe he was a Tinder date and, something went wrong. But now that I know she knows him, I just can't imagine them dating if like her family didn't know about him. And I can't imagine her dating someone like him because she seems out of his league. So the only thing I can think of is like he's rich. And that's why she was dating him. Or they had some kind of agreement, like a sugar daddy thing, you know? I'm not sure. I could be, like, since her arms were bound and stuff, like, is it some kind of sexual thing that went wrong? And he didn't intend to kill her, but it was an accident. And then he just put her in the refrigerator. So the other thing that's kind of weird about this is this happened in September. And they're just now charging him. So it made me think that he's like the dumbest criminal ever, because he could have been long gone by now. He's had all these months to like get away, and all he did was go back home to Minnesota. He could have been in Mexico. He could have been anywhere, but you know what I mean? He's not very smart. And another thing that kind of makes me mad is the police were asked if like there was a threat to the public right after she ended up being found, and they said no. It's an isolated incident. It's not anything the public needs to worry about, but obviously it is. Like if he would kill her or somebody he knew, of course he's a threat to kill a stranger. So I don't like it when they do that, when they act like, oh, just because they knew each other that there's no threat to the public. But if you think about it, anyone who's willing to kill someone they know, they would kill you, like in road rage, or who knows the reason. But I'm glad they finally found somebody who was responsible for Maleesa Mooney's death, because I didn't hear anything about this guy, and I just randomly started thinking about her, and I just thought, whatever happened to that case? So I Googled it, and the first thing that came up was her autopsy from November being released. And then I searched some more and found out he was just arrested. So I wanted to share with you guys in case you didn't know either, because it's not really being very public, like coming out very public about what's going on in this case. So I just wanted to share with you the update on Maleesa. Rest in peace, Maleesa. And I hope that we get the justice for her that she deserves. And I'll see you in the next one.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.